Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have been working on multiplication for quite a while. Quite a while. We're about to finish that up, probably sometime next week. But I haven't done multiplication of decimals with you. Most of you already understand it. You got it. It makes sense to you. But, quick lesson here and there because you're going to practice on it the next couple of days at least until we get to prime and composite numbers. If you can multiply whole numbers, then you can multiply decimals. It's easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Dead fish squeezy.
Chicken raw squeezy.
All right, so I asked a question prior to turning this on. And I asked where the decimal point goes in this problem. And Joel tells me where it goes. Where does it go, Joel?
Behind the 6.
Behind the 6. Why, Joel?
Because there's 2 decimals in this equation.
Okay, because there's 2 numbers behind the decimal point in the equation. There has to be 2 numbers behind the decimal point in the answer. Easy as that. Now, something else we could look at is we could look at the estimation. We could look at the estimation. So we have 9 6/10. I mean, if I wanted to, actually, I don't even have to do much of anything. 9 6/10, but I'm multiplying it by less than 1. I'm multiplying it by less than 1. So my answer is going to be smaller than 9 6/10 because I'm multiplying it by less than 1. You multiply by 1, it stays the same. Greater than 1, your factors get bigger. Less than 1, your factors get smaller. So this factor is getting smaller because I'm multiplying it by less than 1. Yes, sir? Nothing. What if we had the problem, let's see. 3 6/10 times 6 8/10. Let's do a quick estimation on that, and then we'll work it out the correct way. So, Bree, we got 3 6/10 and 6 8/10. How do you want to estimate this for me? Okay. Four. Good. So my answer needs to be somewhere around 28. My answer needs to be around 28. Now, when I'm doing the standard algorithm, when I'm multiplying with decimals, I am not going to worry about the decimal. I'm going to take this problem and I'm going to multiply 36 times 68. Just ignoring the decimal. Doesn't matter. Don't care until I get my product. Now, if you know your 8 multiples, or you can look at a multiplication chart and read the 8s correctly and the 6s, then you can do this. Joel, what's 6 times 8?
48.
Thank you, 48. 48 ones, or 4 10s and 8 ones. Joel, what is 8 times 3? 8 times 3 plus 4 more. Good. 28. Now, Joel, we're moving to the tens place. So my first actual number that I put down needs to be in the tens place. And we'll go, Juliet, what is 6 times 6? Good. 36. Thank you, Juliet. Juliet, 6 times 3. 18 plus 3 more, 19, 20, 21. I have to add those two products together. And I'm going to get 8. I'm going to get 14, 2, 3, 4. And I said my answer needs to be around 28, which tells me I need to do it there. If I went back and looked at my equation, I have 2 numbers behind the decimal point in the problem. That means there needs to be 2 numbers behind the decimal point in the answer. The key is to ignore the decimal points until you get to the final product of your answer. That's all it is. Oh, let's see. 2 6/10 times 3 and 98 hundredths, or hundredths, 98 hundredths, sorry. 2 6/10 times 3 and 98 hundredths. What do you want to make 2 6/10 to? Somebody, anybody, tell me. 3 times, what do you want to do with 3 and 98 hundredths?
12.
So 3 times 4 is 12. My answer needs to be somewhere near 12. Allie, how many numbers are going to be behind my decimal point in my final product? 3, because I have 3 numbers behind my decimal point in the actual problem. Now, here's the key, is when I write it, I ignore the decimal points and just write it like a normal whole number multiplication problem. Because I don't want to see it written with the decimal points lined up if you're trying to multiply it, because we don't even worry about the decimal points when we're doing the actual work. We have 398 times 26. Why did you put 398 on top? Because it has more digits, and it's just easier if I put the one with more digits on top. I'm just saying it's not going to change anything. The one with the more digits on top is going to be easier if we put it on top. All right, so Leo, 6 times 8 is?
48.
48. 48 ones, or 8 ones and 4 tens. Leo, 6 times 9 is?
54.
Plus the extra 4.
58.
58. So 58 tens, which is 5 hundreds, and 8 tens. Leo, 6 times 3?
18.
Plus the other 5?
23.
23. Now we're multiplying tens times ones. If I did 10 times 1, my answer would be 10, which means I'm starting in my tens place. That is why. That is why. It's not just put a 0 and then go on and do it. There's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason. Abby, what is 2 times 8?
16.
So I have 16 tens, or 6 ones, and 100. Abby, 2 times 9.
18.
Plus one more.
19.
19, Abby. Thank you. All 48 of you Abbies. And Abby, 2 times 6.
6.
Plus one more.
7.
I'll start calling you Abby. 7, you said?
8.
I find the sum of these two products. I find the sum of these two products. Allie told me there has to be 3 numbers behind the decimal point in my answer. The class told me when we estimated it, the answer had to be close to 12. Well, if I put this decimal point anywhere else in this problem, it's not going to be close to 12. This is exactly the same thing we've been working on since you were 2.5 months old. That's what I said. Why are you repeating me?
2.5.
Gosh, why are you repeating me too? Stop repeating me.
Oh,
Boom, shakalaka, peace out. God bless. Love you. Do something kind today. Save the bees. Please subscribe. I really need to become rich.